Hey, howdy, hey, welcome back to All About That Disney Life. I am Danny B, the girl who is all about that Disney life. The next movie we will be talking about is Bedknobs and Broomsticks, which came out in 1971. So let's get to know this amazing cast. Angela Lansbury was Miss Eglantine Bryce. David Tomlinson was Mr. Emilius Brown. Ian Wayhill was Charlie Rollins. Cindy O'Callahan was Carrie Rollins. Roy Snart was Paul Rollins. Roddy McDowell was Mr. Rowan Jelk. Sam Jeff was the bookman. Bruce Forsyth was the Swinburne. Tessie O'Shea was Mrs. Jessie Hobeday. John Erickson was Colonel Heller. Reginald Owen was Major General Sir Brian Teagler. Arthur Gould Porter was Captain Ainsley Greer. Hank Warden was the old Home Guard soldier. Cyril Delaventi was an elderly farmer, and Alan Hewitt was a soldier. That's not it of the cast, though. Don't forget we had an animated sequence in this movie as well, so let's get to know the voice actors for this animated part. Lenny Wenrib was King Lion Diaz and the Secretary Bird. Dallas McKinnon was the Fisherman Bear, and Bob Holt was the Codfish. Now we get down to the facts all about this magical witch who helped fight a world war. Number 1, the production. Bedknobs and Broomsticks was based on a book called The Magic Bedknob that came out in 1943 by English author Mary Norton. Disney got the film rights in 1945. Norton then wrote Bonfires and Broomsticks in 1947. The two books were combined into Bedknobs and Broomsticks in 1957. During the negotiations for the rights to Mary Poppins, a film version of Bedknobs and Broomsticks was suggested as an alternative project. When the negotiations for Mary Poppins stalled, Disney told the Sherman Brothers to start working on this movie. When Disney got the film rights to Mary Poppins, Bedknobs and Broomsticks was shelved. Number 2, Another Chance. In spring of 1966, the Sherman Brothers got back to work for Bedknobs and Broomsticks. The project was shelved again because the story was similar to Mary Poppins. The Sherman Brothers' contract with Disney Studios was going to expire in 1968. They got contacted by Bill Walsh in their office to start work on this movie. There was no plan to put the movie into production at the time. Walsh called the Sherman Brothers back in November of 1969 to finish the movie. During 1970 and 1971, the Sherman Brothers kept working on the music for the movie. The beautiful briny sea was going to be used for Mary Poppins when she spins a compass, sending the Banks children to several exotic locations. Number 3, filming. Filming took place at the Disney Studios in Burbank, California from early March to June 10th of 1970. Coastal scenes featuring the German soldiers were shot on location at a nearby California beach. Additional scenes were filmed on location in Gore Castle in Dorset, England. Filming lasted 57 days while the animation and special effects took 5 months each to complete. For the Naboom Boom soccer scenes, the sodium vapor process was used. Number 4, the release. The original runtime of this movie was 141 minutes, and it was going to premiere at Radio City Music Hall. To accommodate for the theater's elaborate stage show, the film had to be cut down to 2 hours. 23 minutes were removed from this movie. The removed scenes were a minor subplot with Roddy McDowell and 3 entire musical numbers, A Step in the Right Direction, With a Flare, and Nobody's Problems. The Portobello Road scene was cut from 10 minutes to 3 minutes. The movie was released on December 13th, 1971, and it was reissued theatrically on April 13th, 1979, with another 20 minutes deleted from the movie. Number 5, a restoration. Scott McQueen, the senior manager of Disney's library restoration at the time, liked the song A Step in the Right Direction on the original soundtrack. He wanted to restore the movie in conjunction with the movie's 25th anniversary. Most of the deleted stuff was found, but some parts of Portobello Road had to be reconstructed from work prints with digital recoloration to match the movie quality of the main content. The footage for A Step in the Right Direction was unrecoverable, but the scene was constructed by linking the original music track up to existing production stills. The edit also included the cut-out songs. The soundtrack for some of the spoken tracks were unrecoverable, so Angela and Roddy redubbed their parts while other actors made ADR dubs for those who were not available. David Tomlinson was still alive when the film was being restored, but he was too sick and not available to provide ADR for Emilius Brown, so he was replaced with Jeff Bennett. This version premiered on September 27th, 1996 at the Motion Picture Academy of Arts and Sciences in Beverly Hills, California. Angela, the Sherman Brothers, Ward Kimball, and special effects artist Danny Lee attended. It was broadcasted on the Disney Channel on August 9th, 1998. Number 6, the box office. By January 1974, the film made $8.25 million in box office rentals from the United States and Canada. Final domestic rentals was $8.5 million. During its 1979 re-release, it increased its North American rentals to $11.4 million. Number 7, awards and nominations. Let's start with the Golden Globe Awards on February 6, 1972. Angela Lansbury was nominated for Best Actress for a Motion Picture, Comedy, or Musical, but she lost to Twiggy for The Boyfriend. Next is the Academy Awards on April 10th, 1972. Bedknobs and Broomsticks was nominated for Best Art Direction, but it lost to Nicholas and Alexandra. It was nominated for Best Costume Design, but again, it lost to Nicholas and Alexandra. This movie was nominated for Best Scoring, Adaptation, and Original Song Score, but it lost to Fiddler on the Roof. This movie was nominated for Best Original Song for the picture, but it lost to the theme from Shaft. But it did win Best Special Visual Effects. Number 8, the stage version. There was a musical version that features the songs from the movie by the Sherman Brothers and additional music and lyrics by Neil Bartram. The script was written by Brian Hill. The production was directed by Candace Edmonds and Jamie Harrison. It debuted at the Theatre Royal in Newcastle in August of 2021. It was touring in the United Kingdom and Ireland, but I'm not sure if that musical is around anymore. And it was produced by Michael Harrison by special arrangement with Disney Theatrical Productions. Number 9, how did they do it? During the final battle with the soldiers and the knight's suit of armors, you kind of wonder as a kid, how exactly did they make those suits of armors float? Is there anybody in those costumes? Are they all hung up by wires? I have the answer. It was a combination of blue screen, direct puppetry, and wire puppetry. The wide shots of the army are actors in costume shot against a blue screen. Their legs and arms were wrapped in blue clothing, so they disappear against the backing. Close-ups are life-size puppets made of fake armor. Puppeteers are below, so we can see through the helmets. The motions were flown by wires, including the fanfare trumpets and Angela on her broom. And the wires are rooted out of the holdout mat using a hand-painted articulated mat. And there you have it, all the facts about this amazing movie. If you like this video, please hit that like button and leave a comment down below. And don't forget to subscribe. And I hope you have a zippity-doo-dah day. Goodbye.